Welcome back to Mac's Garage. As always, hit the like, share, subscribe, do whatever helps the video out. I appreciate that, and thank you for doing it if you do. Today I'm standing here with my 2012 Ram 2500 four-wheel drive Hemi, and I'm going to be putting another set of seats in it. So long story short, I went to a junkyard. I picked up almost a full interior. I got the dash, front seats, back seats out of a sport trim level truck. No heat or AC in the seats, but they're the 6-way power on the driver's side. It's a nicer cloth. My experience is they just fit better. They're a little nicer seat. And the reason I'm doing that today, I don't particularly want to be. It's kind of late. I've got a lot going on. But I am trying to clean. My shop is an absolute mess. And my theory is sometimes the best way to clean is to just do some of your smaller projects and get them out of the way. So I'm going to get 2 seats, a box with foam, and another seat cover taken out of the equation, and that will be slightly cleaner. Is it the most efficient use of time? Probably not, but I've got to do something with this stuff, so I might as well put it in. I'm also kind of buttoning up a Ford 352 FE, which I started a long time ago. So that's another project. I'm just kind of doing projects to clean. I know that seems kind of weird, but I collected parts. This one's mine. The engine is not, but I need to clean, and that means doing projects. Weird. But anyway, I did a video on installing the front seats. I don't know if I ever actually edited it and put it online, so I'll have to check that. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. I also got the back seats out of the same truck, and this truck did not have a back seat at all. So it was off the smaller cab 4-door. I made them fit in here. I made a video on that, and as I started doing this, I am pretty sure I did not make that video. So there's some videos to do. First things first, I got to change the cushion and seat cover on the bottom of the driver's seat. Hopefully the back's pretty comfortable. Because honestly, the ones that are in it are not the worst Tradesman seats I've ever sat in. Most of them are pretty bad. These ones are meh. They're not good, but I've definitely sat in a lot worse. So I'll shut up and start getting to work on changing this cover, which is actually what the camera is sitting on. So yeah, this one's a little bit tore up. The switch panel is a little busted off of there. The lumbar switch is broken. I'm not super worried about that. I've got these parts on a parts truck outside. It's probably not going to happen tonight, but yeah. Now that the camera's at this angle, you can see in the background it is really trashed in here. I've got what I think I'm going to need, which is a pair of trim clip tools, flathead screwdriver, a T50 Torx on an impact, and a Phillips screwdriver. So I already disconnected the rest of the switch panel. I'm gonna have to kind of look at this, see how it comes apart, because I don't know, but I know there is one more screw right up in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo that, which is going to allow this plastic piece to come off of here. And there's more foam falling as I do that. While I'm on this side, I'm also going to just get in here and pull this trim clip. I'm going to flip it around. I'm trying to do this basic with the camera. Oh, shit. Should have put my handy dandy cardboard or plywood on, but I'm going to pull the seatbelt thing off. I don't necessarily think you would have to, but I've had a lot of these, and this one's going to be the same. You can kind of see this one's broke, so I'm going to have to use mine. The retainers on this side are already loose. The cover here has one Phillips screw that I can see. Okay. And then there's one in the back that I didn't see. That just comes off, goes off to the side. There's a couple pieces here. They just kind of pop together. You can pull it apart. I know I'm gonna have to take the tail of this off. And I guess actually the next couple are both underneath here. Definitely should have put stuff on here. I've got two connectors underneath. One is for the seatbelt, the other is for the power controls. I'm actually pretty sure the wiring on my truck just works for those, so that's good. I'm going to disconnect the broken lumbar switch because it's not even there. Well, half of it is. This is actually part of the switch. There's contacts and springs that are missing out of it. We got two motors for forward and back, up and down, all that good stuff. So on the underside, the back flap has to come off. That is two little jiggers here, which is going to let the back flap flop. We're going to pull off a retainer on the back, and then this one kind of locks in, and that's what the screwdriver is for. Okay, so after we pull all of that stuff, I think the seat cover just kind of comes out. Oh, that's good. The seat frame is cracking, so I'm going to go ahead and weld that up a little bit while I got it. Oh, is it bent? Is that why it's cracking? Yeah, whatever. We're gonna bend that back and then weld it before I put the new cover on. And yes, that just comes off that easy. I should probably do a little bit better prep work. This is not really a safe welding blanket, and I should probably be wearing more PPE, but guess what? Here we go. I'm going to weld this crack, and I'm going to try to get where it's headed to as well. Good news, I got so much penetration on that weld that it went all the way through, and then I had to fill that hole back up. So that's fine. Let this cool down a little bit. I'll let the welder cool down a little bit. Honestly, I'm going to spray this real quick while it's still hot so it dries fast. Alright, so while I'm waiting for that frame to dry, I'll start putting this seat cushion together. There's 5 spots along each side and 3 up the center here. I guess my hands are all dirty. I probably should clean those up before I start handling the upholstery. That are held together by hog rings. Now, luckily, I didn't realize I was going to need hog rings, and I'm sure I have a bag with about 87 of them in it, because what happens with hog rings is you buy a bag of 100, because that's what they sell them in, and you need 13. And that's what this one needs, is 13. So you end up with a bag of 87 that you put somewhere, and if you ever need them again, you don't know where they're at. So you buy another 100. That's what hog rings are about. So I'm going to start with this front row. I straightened out the hog rings out of the old cover. They're going to work fine. I'm going to start in the middle. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I got that first one in. I'm not going to videotape this because I just don't feel like making this whole thing where I struggle, but I'm going to do these two, then I'll go down the sides and do the 5 on each side, and I'm going to clean my hands up because I'm already starting to nasty the foam up. But when I get back, I'm going to have all of these snap rings, or hog rings, not snap rings, installed in the seat cushion, or the seat cover. Seat cover and cushion, I guess. So I've got all the hog rings in. Now we can just kind of start to fold it out. I'm going to go and hold the back first, I think. Yeah. So this strap flips underneath here somehow. Just like that. So that's your Dorman part number. Made in Taiwan. Probably fine. So that's now ready to put on the seat. These little plastic pieces, these are what hold it to the seat body. And yeah. Are my expectations super high? No. But I did spend a fair amount on this. This is not a common cushion. I found it on eBay. And hopefully it looks pretty decent. This area is going to look bad. You can see this one is just, this is not seamed real well. The outside should look pretty good though, I think. Yep. Alright. Let's go put it on the seat frame. It should be dry. Okay. So to install this onto the seat frame, you just kind of slide the back in. Sure. The old one came out easier because it was totally blown out. If you have the option to recline the seat forward and back, like a manual seat, that would probably make this easier as well. But for right now, I don't have that. So I'm going to lay this thing down, see if we can get a little better angle on it. Yeah, you just got to kind of work the foam down over this bar. Once the foam is down over the bar, the lower, or that plastic trim piece that I showed you on the bench, clips up onto this forward piece. So there's that. Realistically, like this just kind of fits in here. We can do this whole thing. Okay, you may have heard that one snap. The sides go in and clip around on the sides. This one, somewhere on this driver's side, I gotta make room for the majigger. And I'm gonna have to switch it around to get to that one. Should have totally dealt with the seatbelt while I had that apart. Okay, this one is, like I said, this inside on this one is just not super awesome. I don't love that. I think it's kind of the way she is though. Okay, pull our seatbelt the rest of the way off. There's gotta be a better place to hook this. Oh, I think it rolls and tucks in. So I'm not gonna, that's gonna take me a minute. Let me see if I can figure it out and then show you. This is gonna be easier to show you than to tell you. So I made a little bracket there. I had to cut a chunk of this out from right here to clear the motor bracket. It wraps up and actually slid up. So I popped it in down here, slid it up, and then I bolted this little bracket in right there. I should have put a washer on here, but it helped it form fit as it tightened down. This is what the channel looks like. So it's like wrapped in, boom, like this, and then it's held in place. So is it absolutely perfect? No, this seat cover is built a little bit weird, but it'll work. Okay, we'll go ahead and throw that over there, but we'll go ahead and pop this back on next, which there's a little pin that goes into this pin. That's going to be your hardest lineup point. Okay, that popped in there. Put your screw in the back. That's the fancy one. Okay, screw on the side here. Honestly, this cover I think is kind of supposed to go back under that, but it's fine like this. Okay, the last thing I'm going to need to do is put my seatbelt on, which I'm not going to do right this second. The next video for you is going to be with this installed in the truck. May or may not have the adjustment switches on it. We'll see how I'm feeling. So this is the interior before, and honestly, it's not that bad. I've already changed these seats, which I have a video, I'm pretty sure, up on that. And I added the matching back seats to the front seats we're going to do right now. But up in the future is going to be a different dashboard. I can't change the, I don't have a new headliner. I wish I did because this one's gross. But also I'm probably going to put the lights and the overhead console. There we go. So, but for today, just the seats. So here's the before, and we'll do a late after at the end. And here we are. Still got, I washed these with like just soap and water, so they're kind of drying out still. I'm hoping that normalizes out. But got the new seats in. The new cushion looks pretty good. I got the side cover off my other seat, and just from sitting in this momentarily, this new seat seems a lot more comfortable than the old one, and it matches the back seats. Now if I can figure out a leather cover for this center seat, I'll probably do that, and that'll be really dressed up at that point. Was that the best use of my time cleaning the shop? Probably not, but I got some junk out of here and I have better seats in the truck now. So once these dry out, which I thought they were a little drier than they actually are, I'm gonna open up the doors and let a fan blow on them overnight. But once these seats are in, dry, nice and ready to go, it'll really church the interior up a little bit. So I'm happy with that. The plugs, these are 2009 seats, directly plug in, everything seems fine. So power seats worked, all that stuff. I just took the 2012 plug-in, unplugged it, plugged it into these seats, and they work. They're both non-airbag. These ones are power, the ones that came out are not, and that's the biggest difference. If you go from 09 to 12, the plug-ins are apparently the same. And then 13 up, they changed. You can repin them. In fact, I have a set of 14 power heated cooled seats in my 2012 regular cab short box, and these were way easier to install. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.